We've taken a brief interlude into the story. We've also taken a look at cosmetics, and now it is time to do the next important thing about Destiny, and that is guns and exotics. Now, I won't be covering armor because that's essentially just cosmetics on their own. They're all the same aside from stats, so it's time to see exotics and how they come into play. So, looking at the exotic kinetic slot, we have an unknown that is yet to be shown. So, that's probably touch of malice considering that, King's Fall has been occurred and that was a kinetic. But into the energy slot, we have, for some reason, out of order, we have Delicate Tomb, a arc fusion rifle, which charge time 500, magazine size of 6, and all the other details included now, thanks to Bungie. Lower impact visually, comes with fluted barrel for handling speed, liquid coils for a little bit more damage, and its exotic perk, Trader's Vessel. Fires a wide horizontal spread when shot from the hip. Final blows with this weapon have a chance to generate ionic traces. Powerful foes and opposing guardians always generate ionic traces. And in addition, Tempest Cascade, collecting an ionic trace overcharges this weapon's next shot, jolting targets on hit. In addition to short action stock for better handling speed as well. So I would say this is an aggressive frame because of the wide horizontal shot, but otherwise it sounds like it is pretty much just a lightning fusion rifle, which is very welcome. I imagine this sounds pretty good for PvE as well, and PvP, it might be hellish depending on how well this actually performs. So that is the Season Pass one, which means it comes with a catalyst, which, let me see if I can visit Banshee, collect that, and figure out what it gives us. Oh wait, I always forget there's a quest to earn, so that's actually not something that we can do just yet. But I mean, might as well pick it up while I am here. Then, moving into the rest of the exotics, if there's any more weapons. Oop, I went the wrong way. Wrong button, apologies. But, yes, in terms of exotic weaponry, let's see, for power. Okay, it seems like in terms of exotic weapons, we only get the fusion rifle and touch of malice this time around. Which that might be a little bit disappointing, but then again, Bungie might not just be showing us everything of it coming to just yet. But for armor, let's see. We have, for Titans, Point Contact Cannon Brace. What does this do? Defeating targets with your Thunderclap melee restores melee energy. Targets near you when you use your Thunderclap suffer lightning strikes. Being amplified increases the range of the lightning strikes. So what it sounds like is this is ACD-O feedback fence for the Thunderclap melee. It just makes it so you're harder to kill while doing it, and it also just buffs it in general. That sounds awesome. Oh god, I can't wait to actually have some fun with that. Now, for hunters as well, let's see. We have Grill Falcon's Halberd. Let's see, what does this do? Your weapons gain bonus to damage briefly after you emerge from being invisible. When you're invisible and defeating a combatant using a finisher, you and nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improved class ability energy regen. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. So more void survivability. Plus, I gotta admit, shader it right. This exotic just looks pretty. Let's see how it actually holds up. Ooh. It's got that nice crystal going about it. That actually looks very good. Now, of course, just because it's Arc 3.0, it's probably going to be overshadowed for a little bit just because of that. But once all the new 3.0s are out and people pick their favorites, it's going to be interesting. Ooh, what is this? We have Fallen Sunstar. Ionic Conductor. Ionic traces you create move faster and grant you additional ability energy. Nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect an Ionic trace. So that sounds like it's just the general Ionic buff exotic, which I gotta admit, this looks freaking crazy. Like, they should almost call this, like, Crown of Sunstar instead of Fallen Sunstar, just because of how it looks. That's a contender for pointiest helmet I think I've seen next to Crown of Tempest. But that is pretty much all the exotics we have knowledge of so far. From the Lost Sectors, I'm sure they are dropping. But, of course, they're all three are... Yep, we have a chest plate, gauntlets, and a helmet. So they have to be found on separate days. But aside from that, into the weaponry. Now, let's see. Auto rifles. Let's see. Anything new down here? We have a new Amit AR2, which is a new Amalon that can roll with incandescent. Ooh, look at that. I'm sure everything solar will roll with incandescent from now on, which is going to be nice. But it does seem to have a decent up perk pool alongside it, so I'm sure we'll find this at Banshee relatively soon. Another solar auto rifle is always great. We don't have many of those. Now, let's see, for scout rifles, still never got those, still never got Aisha, we have Tarnished Metal. New to the season, which I believe this is a seasonal scout, we have for it barrel options, Killing with Dragonfly, And the new right hook origin trait, which decreases or dealing melee damage, gives this weapon increased target acquisition and range for a short period of time. Dealing melee damage extends the effect. So this is all close quarters based exotics, it seems, for this season. And it's a new lightweight arc one, which I think contends with Horror's Least, just because oh no, that's a rapid fire, not lightweight. But aside from that, that's another few pulse to add to the list. Or wait, that was wait. Oh yeah, that's a scout rifle. That's not a pulse rifle. What am I talking about? So another vouchsafe, just a different element. Now, for pulse rifles, let us see. Horror's Least. Yesteryear, dropping from Gambit, I believe this is. A Suros one, so it is either Gambit or Suros. Focus Fury heating up, void options. Definitely seems like it could be a good one, and since it drops from Gambit, that means it's going to have a lot of pinnacle or a lot of options for perk as the ritual weapon for this season. And that is the only new pulse rifle this season. Next, for hand cannons, the most important part, we have Pure Poetry. Another aggressive frame hand cannon, this time coming around a Hake hand cannon as well. That's finally returning. So it's basically a very hard-hitting hand cannon for the kinetic slot. I believe, obviously, because it's a Vanguard one and it's dropping from strike playlists. So if you want your hands on a brand new aggressive hand cannon in the kinetic slot, go play some strikes. And let's see, any other things? Let's see, DFA Adept, I didn't get any. Igneous Hammer Adept, don't have any. So only one new of hand cannons. But for submachine guns, another Suros returning for us. Now we have the Pizzicato 22 900 round per minute SMG. In the kinetic slots, options like perpetual motion threat detector means you'll be able to keep this one down in terms of recoil. But of course, because it's Suros, it comes with a Suros Synergy Origin trait for bonus handling and reduced incoming flinch after reloading. So, options definitely Crucible, possibly a meta. Now, into the rest we have Out of Bounds, which is the Crucible submachine gun. Also Amalon, also Crucible, so we have those. Options, let's see, I hope this is also one that can roll with Phase Mag, because Amalon SMGs in the slot seem to have that, and I really love that perk on these things, turning lightweights into essentially vertical RPM submachine guns. Then we also have Blood Feud, a new stasis submachine gun in the aggressive slot. Oh, that looks gnarly and spiky. So, of course, that comes with the right hook origin trait, so it's centered around melees, but then also it comes with Pugilist? I think that's how it's said. But its description, final blows of this weapon generate melee energy. Dealing melee damage briefly improves this weapon's handling. So if we get something like Pugilist and Swashbuckler, it can roll along the same lines of Demolitionist and... what's the word? Demo and... Adrenaline Junkie. Excuse me, I can't believe I forgot that word. But, you know, a new stasis weapon is always welcome in the field, just because stasis weapons are proven to be quite great. Now, for sidearms, we have multiple. We have, for the Hake group, the Boudica C, which is just another precision frame sidearm. Oh, it says it's a 9mm. There's still calibers in this realm, because it's a 9mm. But, yeah, a little pew-pew sidearm for the Hakes, because, so, yeah. You got Hake sidearms again. You also have Allied Demand for Iron Banner, one that's returning once Iron Banner rolls around twice this season. Of course, with a reworked Skulking Wolf, with while at low health, Guardian final blows with this weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from opposing radar. So a little bit more applicable everywhere outside of, you know, Iron Banner. And then we also have, for sidearms, Brigand's Law, which is, I believe, from the Battle Pass, which is a rapid fire, or a pew-pew, if you understand that reference. But another arc sidearm for the list, with more options, stuff like the melee regen. Oh, that's actually amazing. This combination, the Pugilist for melee energy, and then Demo for grenade energy. So in case you just don't like how much Wellspring gives you, you could just get all of the ability energy right off the bat. That sounds like it could actually be crazy meta. And for bows, well, spoiler alert, freaking Trials is going to be getting a bow. It's a lightweight frame. It's essentially Whispering Slab on looks of it. Rapid hit, Archer's Tempo. That's pretty much a return of the Vow, if I recall. That's how it was. And then, of course, with Alacrity, it gets all the bonuses for being alone. And let's just see how it looks for the Adept version. It looks barely any different. But into the next area, category, special weapons. Let's see. Deadweight was last season. For this season, we have a Pinpoint Slug shotgun in the kinetic slot, which is no reprieve, which, like I said, it's a slug, which means it can one-tap to the head in certain ranges and just is crazy powerful. Plus, it's stasis, so it can roll with Headstone. That sounds like a great option in the future. But then, also, next, Mindbender's Ambition has returned! Oh boy! That sounds like some fun, which means it can be some Adept. Oh boy, that Crucible meta is going to be broken again because we got our good old aggressive frame shotgun back. But next we also have the Inquisitor, which is this, yep, trial shotgun, another pinpoint slug frame in the form of a Suros shotgun, but you know, it's another one, Adept shotguns, 2 new Adept shotguns this season, so you know, Adept range and all that. So its shotgun game is going to be on point this time around. Oh my god, and Malicious Birthright has returned. Another freaking Nightfall weapon returning to us. Some of the best from year 2 have returned. This one was originally dropping from Lake of Shadows, but for the time, this is one of the few lightweight grenade launchers that was actually good in the game for getting mountaintops. So that's pretty great there. Then, of course, that means also Adept version, which, depending on its perk pool, can probably roll pretty great, depending on how it comes by. Then we also have Cry Mutiny, a lightweight grenade launcher. Wait a minute. Is it lightweight? What ammo does this take? That's a heavy. You're in the wrong spot, sir. So yeah, this was actually the ritual weapon that can drop from any of the 3 reputations that comes with a volatile launch and mini frags, but has incandescent or demo, swashbuckler or vorpal. So great options in that alignment for weaponry. And like I just mentioned with Iron Banner, the actual Gambit trait got readjusted. So instead of Invader Tracker, it is now Gun and Run. We're rapidly defeating targets with this weapon grants bonus speed, and Guardians, powerful combatants, and high-value targets grant this bonus quicker. So that's also that. But yeah, that's definitely in the wrong area. That's supposed to be in the heavy slot. But for fusion rifles, let's see. Deliverance Adept, we have... Let's see, Wiseman Beagles last season, Burning Gilla. Okay, so no new fusion rifles this season. Wah, wah. And then for sniper rifles, let's see. We have... no new sniper rifles. Not surprising considering we just got some of the best in last season. And no new trace rifles. Not really surprised there just because we got a new one. And for glaives, also nothing new there. So we only have new grenade launchers and new shotguns for special weaponry. But into the heavy slot for swords. Nothing new there. And then for grenade launchers, Cry Mutiny is here again. And not going to bother checking that because we've already looked at it. And for rocket launchers, let's see... Roar of the Bear is returning for Iron Banner, which is another high-impact frame one, but at the same time, options like auto-loading already makes it look better than a lot of other things. And with Skulking Wolf, you know, it's still only usable in PvP for this origin trait just because it says Guardian Final Blows. But, you know, who can complain? It's a Curse-based origin trait. But that's the only new rocket launcher. And for linear fusion rifles, we have one at random. We have... to show up at the gunsmith, we have Taipan 4FR, which I saw a friend of mine actually already got this with a triple tap and box breathing, which sounds like it could be a god roll. So, you know, that actually sounds pretty great. This might be another good of the god roll viced linear fusion rifles, and as well, it's a void one. We don't have any void, well, never mind. I forgot about, what's the word, threaded needle. And we also have Sail Spy Pitch Glass, which is a new linear fusion rifle, arc precision frame, because, you know, it's that. And of course, it has our new melee-focused origin trait on it, which still just looks amazing, and hopefully has some decent perks. Linear fusion rifles have pretty much been in the, you know, top 1% of damage, so let's hope they actually perform well. And for machine guns, we have Plank's Stride, a new rapid-fire arc machine gun for the season, and as spiky as ever. But that seems to be it for the last of the weapons. Now we've already covered all the exotics. We can see that's all the new weapons. And of course, there's armor and stuff to be seen. Oh, wait, I think I forgot about something. Let's see. From the season, let's see. There's the Pew Pew sidearm, the fusion rifle, and the machine gun. Okay, so there we go. I didn't miss anything that's only in the battle pass. It seems like so far it's going to be a great options for everything going forward with weapons and gear. Definitely specking out on new exotics. It doesn't seem like they're... How do I say this? Don't undersell them. There's a lot of benefits to running a lot of these exotics. With that, my name is Matt Scorpion. I will see you in the next video.